Hi, we're back in my kitchen in Ohio for Food Fest. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello. This is Faith Durand. I'm the editor-in-chief of Kitchn, and we are about to be live with just a giant of cooking that I'm so excited to talk with today, Alexander Smalls. We're going to give a 1 minute before I bring Alexander in, just to make sure everyone can join. My kitchen smells so good right now. I'm roasting a turkey, just to, really, let me put our little thing on here. Roasting a turkey, and it is smelling so good. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm gonna do one little thing. There we go. There we go. Pin or comment. All right. So, hi everybody. Come on in. So feel free to be leaving comments here and questions for Alexander. But I'm going to bring him on in, and we're going to get started with a Q&A about cooking for Thanksgiving this year. All right. There we go. There's Alexander. Oh, how are you guys doing? I hope you're having a good Saturday afternoon. Alexander, hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Hello. Here, I can't quite see you. Can you?
I know. I think I'm almost not tall enough. Hold on. There. How's
Hi.
that?
Hello. It's so good to meet you.
No, it's a pleasure. Talking about my favorite subject.
Thanksgiving.
Ooh. Yes, Thanksgiving.
Oh, welcome. Well, give me 1 second here because I'm going to introduce you properly, as a host should, to our audience and make sure they've all seen your book, which probably looks backwards here, but this, your gorgeous book. So yeah. But you guys all, Alexander Smalls is just an iconic figure. How do you like that intro? Do you like being introduced as iconic figure?
Keep it up.
Yeah, I'll keep going. You're a James Beard award-winning author, chef, restaurateur. But I feel like even before we get into all your food credentials, just the fact that you're an award-winning opera singer, you've won a Grammy and a Tony. I don't know any other food people who can claim that. So that's incredible.
I know.
But then you've owned multiple celebrated Harlem eateries, including the acclaimed Cafe Beulah, which was the first fine dining African-American restaurant in New York City. And you're the author of 3 amazing cookbooks. And your latest, of course, is Meals, Music, and Muses, Recipes from My African-American Kitchen. So, and I love this book so much. I love music. I have a young friend who's a very up-and-coming jazz pianist. He's been at Juilliard, and so we're just I've been sort of freshly introduced to jazz the last few years, but just everything about this book and the music and the playlists are just wonderful.
This book is pure pleasure. I had so much fun. If you do something long enough in life, you have a view. You have a place where you can stand and look over the landscape. And really, creating a book that also celebrated the food I love, but also a life that essentially there was a soundtrack for.
Yeah. I need to go through and listen to the whole thing, but I did find on Spotify, you have a soundtrack, like a playlist, right? I think Food and Wine did it with you.
Yes, that's from the October issue of Food and Wine. We made a playlist of similar music from the book. It's so much fun.
That's so great. I was listening to it while I was reading your book and putting together my notes for this chat. I was like, this is wonderful. I'm definitely going back to that playlist. But let's turn then to Thanksgiving because
Yes.
we've been just introduced this for a minute, and then I just really want to let you talk. I feel like, we've been talking a lot about how different Thanksgiving is this year, and I know that you are sort of you're a legendary host, and I know that from people who know you directly and from talks I've heard you give. You're a host, of boundless generosity, and I think you know, like we had a reader ask, like, how do we regroup and prepare for a dinner for 2 after years of prepping for 20? And like, how are you personally grappling with the idea of a smaller Thanksgiving? Like, what are you doing? How are you thinking about it? Just tell me everything.
Well, I think for me this year, it's very, very intimate and very, very small. I have a dining room table that seats 12 to 14, you know, and if there are 4 people there, we're good. But I mean, the whole idea is to, think big, but prepare small. So, this year for me,
Mm.
it's a toss up between, poussin, Cornish hens, or quail. I'm going small, but in a big way. Uh,
Mm.
so much of Thanksgiving is about a spread, and you
Right.
have to have a spread. So I'll do the smaller birds, but then I'll do a medley of vegetable, some chestnut stuffing, and some oyster stuffing because my family's from the Low Country, so
Yes.
have that going. Maybe some crab cakes, nice salad, and then lose my mind on dessert.
Okay, no, just stop. Like, tell me what lose your mind means, because like I need to have a lot more
Be
information.
decadent, be decadent and lush and go deep, I'm going with the crumb fresh, with a little powdered sugar and lots of cinnamon as opposed to the whipped cream, or the ice cream. And
Mm-hmm.
and of course that will find itself stacked high on maybe a pineapple upside down cake,
Oh my God.
or mini chocolate pecan pie tarts. Mm,
Oh my God. I'm
yeah,
so hungry now.
that's the idea.
But I love that. That think big but prepare small. You know,
Yes,
because it is a state of mind, right? Like generosity can happen in any circumstance. But yeah, I mean, like, so are you? So it doesn't sound like you're making a turkey, but we still have a lot of readers who are making turkey, and they have a
yes.
lot of questions about it. And like, I'd be curious, like, when you do turkey, like, what do you do to it? Do you have any secrets? You
Well,
know?
I brine the turkey, and I'll tell you, in my second book, Between Harlem and Heaven, there's an incredible brine in that book for game hen, and so guinea fowl actually.
Yeah.
So it's a cinnamon brine. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So buy a smaller turkey, people, or buy half
Yeah.
a turkey, but then put it in the cinnamon brine, and then I love high roasting, and then I come down. I like the high roast first after I've lubricated my bird with infused olive oil. I like to put mine on a rack, and I like to put some old beer or champagne in the bottom so it steams up in there.
Oh my gosh.
All of
I
like a
know.
drunk, like
That's
a drunk
incredible.
bird. Okay, it's got to be drunk.
Yeah.
And that's how and then I like a nice glaze on my turkey. So I can go with the sort of mustard apricot or mustard pineapple brown sugar glaze, or a kind of rosemary honey, and a punch of ginger glaze on that turkey. Just to cut that gamey kind of moment that turkey can have. And then you dive in, get your cranberry sauce, make the cranberry sauce. People, please. It's so simple. Make the whole berry cranberry sauce,
Yeah.
put some apples, put some pears, put some orange peels, put some crystallized ginger, but engage. Yeah.
Love it. I love that. I mean, so just because we got a question in the comments right here about high heat, like when you say you start at high, like how high do you go, and then how low do you go after that?
you mean you mean the temperature on my screaming bird?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
well, I'd like to start around 400. I mean, 400 is ghastly heat.
Yeah.
And I preheat my oven because when it goes in there, I want the turkey to be shocked into submission. Just bam. You
I
know,
love this.
and I'll cook it like that for the first hour, get the skin tight, blah 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 blah, and then I bring it down to 325 and just let it rest. That's what I mean. So never go below 325 or you're not cooking. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That's a playbook right there. I think people are getting it. So I have a couple other like bigger questions for you, but then we're gonna go into sort of a lightning round where I just want like to see like what you would have to say to us. But I am curious from like looking, your book has so many amazing vegetable recipes and like that there's just a lot in there I was really drawn to. And I'm curious, do you do a green vegetable on Thanksgiving or do you abstain? And if you do it, what do you go for?
Well, first of all, I'll go for those green sauteed or skillet green beans with the beanie seeds. Now, the Northerners and Asians call them sesame seeds, but
Hmm.
we Carolina people, we call them beanie seeds. And so I would go for that recipe because I love green beans. Reminds me of growing up, and my mother would make those green beans and throw that can of cream of mushroom soup
Yeah.
and all that cheese. And what a thrill. Well, I don't make that anymore, but the green beans, they last. Now, I also love cream peas, and it's such a Thanksgiving and Christmas moment in the South. We cream peas sometimes with pearl onions, if you please.
Mm.
And, if my mother were here, she would throw a can of Durkee's fried onion rings on top. I forego that as well. But the cream peas, a little pimentos on top, nice coloring. Yeah, but what a lot of people don't understand about Southern food, especially the African American, foundational cooking. It was vegetables. I mean, meat
Yeah.
was too expensive, and meat was something that the master of the plantation did not dispense. So the diets were mostly vegetables. It's
Yeah.
only been in recent time with food apartheid and deserts and all this nonsense, not having access to vegetables, not having really the diet of the African American working class community changed by corporate America
Yeah.
to grab and go and all this nonsense. So because of that, we've lost that association. But Southerners have always, I mean, a field of collard greens, black eyed peas, sweet potatoes. I mean, this is who we are.
Hmm.
Meat was the side dish, quite frankly,
Yeah.
and a chicken was cooked only for special occasions, etc. So yes, put those vegetables on the table.
That's awesome. That's so inspiring. And I mean, I was thinking about Food Fest and we don't actually have a lot lined up for our event around sweet potatoes. And I'm curious
Oh,
how you do yours. I mean, I have tiny sweet potatoes sitting behind me in a bowl. My in-laws have a giant garden behind their house. They're Italian. They have a huge garden. I have these tiny little sweet potatoes. I've been sort of hoarding them because I'm so looking forward to eating them. But I'm curious what you do with sweet potatoes,
well,
especially on
there
Thanksgiving.
are so many ways to cook sweet potatoes. And interestingly enough, I remember as a young opera singer living in Rome for 3 years and managed to get sweet potatoes. I managed to find some corn too, because usually they serve corn to cows, not to people, especially back in the day. But and so I created this wonderful roasted sweet potatoes with sage and rosemary, and olive oil and garlic, much like they do their roasted potatoes. But traditionally from the South, you rarely eat a sweet potato that doesn't have some brown sugar and butter, And
Hmm.
so, again, there's a wonderful recipe in Mills Music and Music that has whipped sweet potatoes to die for. Um,
Ugh.
I, I like whipping them. I like making sweet potato pudding, sweet potato pie, of course, and then of course roasting sweet potatoes on a high flame. Sort of rubbed nicely in a combination of butter and olive oil, a little salt and pepper. I always like a kick of chilies like red pepper flakes or something like that.
Yeah.
Fresh lemon, and a little bit of honey or molasses. Lay them out and let them roast again, 400 degrees. They get tight and firm and crisp and sweet and yo.
That sounds so good right now. Well, let's go into a little bit of a lightning round here because I could talk to you about all these. Well, we'll just see. Like, hopefully, we'll get back to also like a little more open talking. But
Yes.
the readers had a lot of questions, and some of these I think we can just like plow through. I'm curious for your thoughts. So, got 10 questions here. We'll see. Lightning rounded up. First one: can I cook a turkey still if I don't have a turkey roasting pan? I say yes. What do you say?
Absolutely. And you can also cut your turkey up in parts, especially if this is a presentation year. I mean, but turkey is just like chicken. You can cut it in parts. And for some people who find cooking a turkey daunting, it really brings the experience down a notch. So yes, you just need a deep dish casserole, a Dutch oven, or a sheet pan. And what I would do with the sheet pan is put that in sort of heavy industrial foil that has sides that go up, just in case your turkey is extra juicy.
Mm-hmm. So like a sheet, foil pan on a sheet pan.
Right, for your gravy. So you put that aluminum foil and pipe up the sides, so like one of those 20-inch rolls. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This might be a trick question, but how many pounds of turkey per person? How many do you go for?
Like I would even think about that. I don't know. I mean, depending on how stingy you are. I mean, 4 ounces, a pound. No, maybe a half a pound. How about that?
Yeah,
now,
we said
who is going to be weighing their? No, just kidding.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna be like weighing their. Yeah, because people want to know how big a bird to buy. But again, this year it doesn't seem like that big of a deal if you're gonna have a small one.
You're right, because the smallest turkey out there is going to feed your small group. And you must be having a small group.
You must be.
If you were having a large group and it wasn't COVID, then you might be looking at 22 pounds, 24 pounds. But, come on, people. A small turkey.
Yeah.
The smallest one they have.
Yeah, it's the year of the 12-pound turkey. So someone wants to know, is turducken worth the hype?
Well, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
But what you have to understand is everybody that sells turducken doesn't make good turducken. So you have to research. I mean, I used to go to New Orleans for Thanksgiving. One of my best friends was married to the coach of Southern. And my whole family would go down to the Bayou Classic. And we would fall into turducken, but we knew where to get it. It would just be the center feast. I mean, it is bar none some of the most incredible eating. I mean, there's the chicken, there's the duck, and deboned, stuffed in the cavity of the turkey. It is amazing. And for years, I ordered one when living here in New York, and I would have my turducken, I would have a deep fried turkey, and
I would
have one that I would cook myself. 3 turkeys on the table. Yes. But
that's incredible. Okay, so speaking of fried turkey, somebody wants to know if they're going to deep fry their turkey, how they get the gravy on the table.
What?
Or just like how, because they want to have the drippings, right? So I mean, I personally would just like make gravy from like.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, we Southerners, we make turkey gravy from the giblets. You have the neck, and make sure you buy the kind of turkey that comes with the neck and giblets. Otherwise, I'm not sure it's a turkey. I'm not sure who's the turkey. You are the turkey. So make sure you get those things. Then you put them in seasoned water, and you cook them up like cooking stock. So you have your stock for ready on the side. Then you take essentially a little bit of the deep fried oil, throw it in the black bottom skillet, and make your roux with some flour, and you make sure that roux gets as dark as you can get it, and then you add that broth, and you have your gravy, people.
Got it. Got it. Okay. That's a great, I mean, I sometimes even make my gravy ahead because I like don't want the pressure of doing it, last minute, but I like that. I like that plan. Okay. So somebody says sous vide turkey, yay or nay?
Oh my God. You tell them I was Southern.
I know. I'm just going through what they told me here, but I think that's a nay.
Okay. Well, you can if you want to. But the whole point about a turkey is to roast that bad boy.
That's right. That's right.
That skin dark and crispy. Some people like to put pieces of butter under the skin, so it gets all toasty and gold. I mean, if there's no skin for the turkey, I'm not interested.
Yeah, same. I mean, same. So this is actually a really nice practical question. Somebody's asking if they can make biscuit dough ahead of time and then bake it hours later. Is that possible?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can make biscuits and freeze them.
That's
And
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Pillsbury.
There you go.
But I mean,
What do
if
you
make
think?
the biscuits, if
Or
you
sorry, go
make
ahead.
biscuits ahead of time, then you can stick them in the refrigerator. A lot of recipes call for them going into the refrigerator anyway after you
Yeah,
cut and let them rest. So no problem.
got
Make
it.
them ahead.
So, what's your favorite thing to drink on Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm Southern. All right, so my day starts with hot tea until about noon, and then regular tea until about let's say usually 6. But on Thanksgiving, and dinner's at 3 or 4. Then the tea magically transforms into a bourbon cocktail. Iced tea and bourbon, if you please. Fresh mint, and a piece of lime, and I'm ready to rock.
That sounds great. That sounds good to me. I wish I was drinking bourbon right now. I think we're gonna have to switch later. But okay, one more other two questions. What's your most requested Thanksgiving recipe? And then I'm curious to sort of like a bookend to that. What like the recipe you would pick out of this new book for Thanksgiving?
Oh my.
I know. Sorry, it's hard. It's
Besides the two I've already mentioned,
yes.
appetizer, the crab appetizer, and also the green beans with the beanie seeds, which what I like about the crab muffins is that it's so simple. It can be done and ready, and you can pass out with cocktails to those very few people that you're having, people, right?
Very few.
You
Very few.
just put them on a side board or the table, and let that go. Again, I love the homemade cranberry sauce. I think it is most important. And something with pecans, which is the dessert I mentioned earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
those things, sweet potatoes. You can't have a holiday celebration from where I come from without some sweet potatoes on the table, either in the form of the sweet potato pie, which there is a recipe in my book for, or the whipped sweet potatoes or the roasted sweet potatoes. So look, I put together your menu. The only thing I left out was the rice, and
that is all done.
because I'm from the Low Country, if my mother didn't have rice on the table and decided the potatoes was a substitute, my father would get up from the table. So I would say to you, skillet rice, steamed rice. My new thing is black rice, people. I love black rice. It's so good for you. It has more antioxidants than blueberries, and it's healthier than brown rice. The fish stew I did for the magazine cover, I use black rice. So get busy.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to all get in the mood. I think it's been a little hard to get in the mood for Thanksgiving for some people this year. And just listening to you, I know it gets me in the mood. I have one more question for you. I'm so appreciative of you coming to answer all these questions, but I have one more question for you, which is, do you have any Thanksgiving secrets?
You mean about people I know?
Oh, we can go there. That would be great. But anything, you can interpret that any way you would like.
Okay, secret. Okay, I will tell you a secret coming
Okay.
from a chef. That's an interesting secret. Okay. Um, um, Oftentimes, I don't have the time to make my mother's angel yeast rolls,
Uh-huh.
or put together sweet potato yeast rolls. Um, so much is going on. So I cheat, people. I go to Chinatown. Chinatown makes the best yeast rolls, Chinatown Bakery. And I just buy tons of them and throw them in the freezer.
That is an amazing secret, because we all need to be supporting our Chinatowns right now anyway, right? I mean, they're,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, go to Chinatown, wherever you live, and grab those sweet, delicious yeast rolls and lose your mind. Now, I saw someone ask the name of the cookbook again. I guess they
Oh,
just
yes. Let's hold it up again, although it's
hold it up.
backwards. Meals, Music, and Muses. And this will be in, we'll have it, it's on the website with Alexander's bio, and it will be saved, right? We're going to save this live, and there'll be a link in there. And so all of it will be right there and easy to find. It's an amazing book. I love it so much. Thank you so much for being with us.
What a nice Saturday afternoon. Now I can go have bourbon and iced tea.
Okay, yes. Go have your bourbon. Thank you so much, Alexander. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So thank you guys so much for being with us with Alexander. That was amazing. I just have a couple notes for you guys as far as what's going to happen next. But again, just one more time, please follow Alexander on Instagram, asmalls777. Put his book, Meals, Music, and Muses on your holiday gift list to give and receive. That's an order for me. While you're at it, I recommend also looking up his dinner party playlist that we were talking about on Spotify. If you search Alexander Smalls on Spotify, you'll find this playlist. It's so good. So now, big announcement. I'm sending you next over to IGTV, where we have one of my favorite of our segments. It's really kind of one of our leading, almost like keynote segment. I don't know, it's a weird word, but like segments with Priya Krishna and her mother. And this is one of our 2 segments called Secret Family Recipes. And we're really celebrating the fact that, there are so many recipes we all make that are really handed down from family to family, and those are different in every family. And sometimes you need a little help. Even really great food writers and cooks need a little help from their parents or their elders to make the recipes that make the holiday come alive. So right here at 4 o'clock, we're going to send you over to IGTV and watch Priya and her mom make their signature Thanksgiving dish together. And then at 4:10, make sure you catch our partner, Cheeses of Europe. Make sure you catch their Instagram story on the best cheeses for Thanksgiving. It's like super exciting. We're big cheese fans here. And then I'll see you back here right at 4:30. We have another edition of Pie Cam with Erin McDowell and her cardamom creme brulee pie. And then, do you guys want to see? I'm gonna make you see. You want to see my turkey really quick? Let's just do it. Okay. Let's just do the turkey. I tinted it with foil because it was getting a little toasty. Turned it down here. You guys can see my, ooh, steamy. Sorry, guys. Here, I'm gonna have to rub the camera. There we go. Here we go. There you go. You see the turkey? Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful little roast beef there. I don't know. Should I name it? Do you guys? Whoops. Do you guys? Do you name your turkey? I don't know. All right. Okay. That's enough of that. I'll see you guys soon. Go watch Priya and her mom. It might make you cry a little bit. It'll definitely make you hungry. Okay. Mwah.